And so how neat it is that 213 years to the exact day, we are on the same exact spot where the Missouri River starts, and where that journey 213 years ago was trying to make it to the beginning of the Missouri River, and that's where we are right here.
After an enjoyable stop in Great Falls, we packed up and made our way toward Missoula, Montana. We continued to follow the Lewis and Clark Trail along the Missouri River and stopped at historic Three Forks, Montana.
Today is July 25th, 2018, and behind me is the Jefferson River as it connects with the Madison River and as it flows into the very beginning of the Missouri River. And so this is the river that we have been following all the way from St. Louis, and here is the very beginning. What makes this spot so cool is that today, being July 25th, 2018, Lewis and Clark, specifically Clark, landed on this spot 213 years ago exactly to the date. Their journals record that it was on this day, July 25th of 1805, that Clark founded this place, camped here, and then Lewis joined him 2 days later with the rest of the crew. And so how neat it is that 213 years to the exact day, we are on the same exact spot where the Missouri River starts, and where that journey 213 years ago was trying to make it to the beginning of the Missouri River, and that's where we are right here, the very beginning of the Missouri River. Here we go. Behind me is the Gallatin River, and this makes up the third river of Three Forks that start the Missouri River. And so the Gallatin River flows north here, connects with the Jefferson and Madison for the beginning of the Missouri.
Next, we headed to our campground east of Missoula. Situated right on the river at the base of the mountains, it was a beautiful place to park for a few days. At the recommendation of our camp hosts, we decided to spend some time exploring Garnet, Montana, an abandoned mining town buried deep in the Garnet Mountains. At its prime in the 1890s, over 1,000 men, women, and children lived in this remote gold mining town. As gold became more scarce and wars drew men to the battlefields, Garnet was left a literal ghost town. Businesses, homes, and possessions deserted and forgotten. Now, Garnet is owned by the Bureau of Land Management and serves as an educational look at mining life over 100 years ago.
So guys, what did you think of Garnet
I liked it.
Ghost Mining Town?
This was really cool. Because all of these are the original real buildings, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite part was going into the blacksmith shop and seeing that thing that
The bellows?
The bellows.
It was humongous, wasn't it?
Humongous, and it had a giant smiley face on it. My favorite was the hotel. It had 3 floors in it. Yeah. 3 3 floors in
Good
it.
job counting.
And there are some rooms that were blocked off, but you were able to go in most, and like it was like there was just a bunch of stuff. Like it looked like what it kind of would have looked like
When it was being used.
Besides the wallpapers, because those were kind of not doing so good.
Yeah.
One of my favorites was it wasn't the blacksmith, but it had like a lot of pickaxes. Remember that? Like it had shoes. What was that?
At the store, the mercantile.
Yeah, that was fun.
Next, we traveled from Missoula to the Glacier National Park area. Glacier is not on the Lewis and Clark Trail, but since we have heard so many rave reviews about it, we felt like we had to stop since we were so close.
All right, here is the definition of love. Love is sacrificing yourself in order to serve someone else. And this morning, we are going to a farmer's market in Kalispell, Montana. That's about 30 miles southwest of the entrance of Glacier National Park. Up to this time, we've been doing a lot of what Dad wants to do, like museums and things, but we're going to a farmer's market today. And I do not like farmer's markets. At least I don't think I like farmer's markets. It combines things like walking and shopping and looking at a bunch of stuff that we don't need. But Sarah and Trisha really wanted to go to the farmer's market, and so I dropped the kids off, and now we're heading in. I'm heading in to catch up with them. Have to hike about 7 miles to get there. So we'll see if this is a good experience or not. Cow candy?
Cow candy?
I love that. We're from Wisconsin.
Where about?
Milwaukee area.
Wauwatosa.
No, that's great.
Well, then that's why it's
There
got to
you
be
go.
awesome.
Thank you.
You want one for the camera too?
The
Hey
camera,
folks,
the ca-
have some cheese. There we go.
Thank you.
How about you?
They don't change width or color, and satellites just stay solid white. I think I have a picture of a satellite. Well, there's a satellite right in there.
Oh yeah.
So, my name is Victor. My company is Heaven's Peak Photography here in Kalispell, Montana, and all my photography is from Glacier National Park. So you have to check out my website, heavenspeakphotography.com.
I need to take back what I said about farmers markets. Coming in, I said I hate farmers markets. I think this changed my mind on farmers markets.
This, but this has to be one of the nicest farmers markets I've ever been to. Not that we've been to a ton, but oftentimes when we go, it's like 6 stands, and that's
Yeah.
a farmers market. And this was not that. This was a great farmers market.
So kids, what's your overall thought on this farmers market?
It's amazing. Amazing.
Would you come back?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah? All right, thumbs up.
Ice cream is my favorite part.
Thumbs up.
We'll see you later.
Hey kids, guess what is over there for lunch?
What?
ChickfilA!
Yeah! We haven't did a ChickfilA since Wisconsin. Billion years.
We have missed ChickfilA.
We have missed ChickfilA.
Yeah! God bless Chick-fil-A.
ChickfilA was a regular stop for the Martinez family when we lived in Wisconsin, even though Chick-fil-A has nothing really to do with Wisconsin. Oh no, the cows. Cows.
Yeah. ChickfilA is kind of a southern thing, but it had expanded up to Wisconsin in the past couple years, and we genuinely love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
We would prefer to go there over any other fast food restaurant. Food is better, service is way better, and we've missed it.
I don't know how Lewis and Clark survived without Chick-fil-A.
I don't either.
Today is July 28th, 2018. We are in Hungry Horse, Montana, just outside the western entrance to Glacier National Park. And today is a momentous day because Isabel Mercedes Martinez is about to accomplish a great feat. She is going to swim across the deep end, the short way, without touching. This feat will prove that Isabel, the last swimmer in the family, is ready to no longer wear a life jacket in the deep end because she will be an accomplished swimmer. Isabel, are you ready? We are at McDonald Lake Lodge in Glacier National Park. We drove here this morning. The kids really did not want to come. They were putting up a fuss. They wanted to just stay home and have Wi-Fi time in the RV, but we forced them to come, and the kids are just enjoying McDonald Lake Lodge. We started in the lodge itself. Beautiful lobby area. There's a piano. Hannah played for a while. A crowd gathered around her and was watching and listening. And then we came down to the lake here, McDonald Lake. And right behind me, you can see where the glacier water is melting and running off into McDonald Lake. This is a beautiful place.
Regardless of how long you're able to visit Glacier National Park, an absolute must is driving the Going to the Sun Road. It's a completely paved road that winds from the base of the mountains up to a visitor center at Logan's Pass.
The world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts.
Little teeny tiny road is where we came from.
Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche, we're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow, we can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts.
Do you like it?
I love it. This is amazing. I'm glad you took us up here, Dad.
What do you think, kids?
I love it.
It's gorgeous.
It is. I can see for miles. Think. Can I see for miles?
Yeah, you can.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is.
Before we ended our day, we stopped for a brief hike along a boardwalk trail. It was well worth the stop.
Today we're going for a bike ride. We are biking through Glacier National Park. Now,
Not exactly through.
well, there are 749 miles of paths through Glacier.
But-
Kids, should we hit all of them?
No, thank you. How about 2/3?
Yeah.
2/3? What's 2/3 of 749?
We'll figure that out later with the calculator. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, we're homeschooled. Yeah, so we're going to take the Apgar Bike Trail.
Okay.
And it's paved, it's level, and it's about 3.5 miles.
On the way to our bike ride, we stopped at the Hungry Horse Dam and made some new friends.
Joe Gibson from Wisconsin. Angie.
From Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Eau Claire, you said?
Eau Claire.
Eau Claire. And you're riding your Harley?
Yep.
We saw a Harley and we saw Wisconsin plates. We thought these are friends.
Yep.
It is our 2-year anniversary today.
Oh, nice! That's great. Well, have a good trip.
You
You
also.
too.
I'm Wisconsin.
Have fun.
We've got a 4th grade pass. Thank you, Gideon. You're doing 7th grade algebra, but you're
4th grade age.
4th grade age, and you get us into the park for free. National parks. We have a 4th grader.
All right, perfect. And is it Gideon?
Yeah.
Oh, back? There we are.
I'm
Y'all
fourth.
need a map or anything?
We are biking in Glacier National Park on the Apgar Trail. It is gorgeous. And we're having a great time.
Kids, what are your thoughts on the bike ride?
Would you call it a success, guys?
Yep, successful bike ride.
Wasn't that water beautiful?
The water is amazing here.
Is glacier melt runoff?
It's just turquoise and clear, and the lake is amazing. The river is amazing.
I wonder what the mineral is that turns the water that blue.
Maybe it's turquoise.
Maybe copper.
I had this thought. Glacier National Park is beautiful, but there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, there is a lot of people.
It is a crowded area. So if you're looking for not a lot of crowds and just peaceful wilderness, exploring mountains and rivers and streams, well, that's not this.
Yeah.
But I can see why so many people come here. So I think you just gotta.
Well, it would depend too, because if you are the super woodsy type that likes to kind of do backwoods hikes and camping and that kind of thing, then I'm sure that you can find plenty of that here.
That's a good point. Every place we've explored in Glacier they're the most populated
We're not
tourist areas.
We're not doing backwoods hikes and stuff. If we do a hike or something, it's going to be on a fairly frequented trail.
Everybody!
Thank you and good night. It's doing life deliberately.
Starring
Gideon.
Weirdos!
Gideon. No, it's doing Gideon.